Hello friends, and welcome back to another speed build. Today actually was not planning on doing a voiceover, but I completely forgot to turn the music off when I was recording this, so it is the most anxiety inducing sound when the music is on 10x speed. So I'm gonna do a little bit of an intro, I guess. It's gonna be a pretty long intro, pretty much half the video. I'm just gonna chat with you, and then the ending will just be some normal build noises, ASMR. But anyway, this is the Adventure Awaits pack that we are playing with today. It just came out on Thursday, I believe it was, and I'm so excited. Today I'm building a kids camp, and I don't know what I was doing with those roofs. Those roofs were, I don't know. But I decided I wanted to build a fun little summer camp for my kids. That was one of the big things that I was most excited about with this pack. Here we're building the dining hall, and I cut it out at the beginning, but I did spend some time like going through the what's it called? It's like a special venue, and like you can assign different like tasks or different activities for different times of the day and whatnot. So that was cool, but I kind of wish that you could have it be different like every day, instead of just repeating the same thing over and over again every day. But I haven't had a chance to actually get in and like play with the gameplay, so I guess we'll see how it actually works. But I'm really excited about this kids camp that I've built, because summer camp was like my favorite thing as a kid, and so I have like dreamed for years of like opening my own summer camp. Obviously that's like no world in which I will ever be able to do that, but it's like one of my little like if I become a millionaire kind of dreams, where you're just like, if I win the lottery, what's something outrageous that I want to do? I want to open a children's summer camp that is non-religious, because where I live everything is religious, and if that's your vibe, totally cool, whatever. But I think that so many summer camps are religious indoctrination, and I would love to be able to serve the community of people who just aren't religious, or you can be religious but just maybe aren't interested in that in their summer camp. So anyway, not to get too crazy on here, but yeah, building this summer camp, I was so excited about that when I saw that we could like have these custom venues, and like being able to A, run my own game of Survivor in The Sims, and B, have a summer camp were like the two things I was most excited about for this pack. So I'm really pumped. This part right here where I'm trying to get this desk to fit in here is just, it was killing me. And it kind of like, I ended up liking it in the end, where I kind of tucked it back here and like in the back, because I wanted like the count, because these cabins are built for 4 campers and 1 counselor. I was like, well, the counselor probably needs like a desk or something, I don't know. But it was just a mess, because I remember like when I was in summer camp, we kind of just like lived out of our suitcases, because it was just like a week-long summer camp. So I figured that each camper doesn't need their own dresser, but like the counselor probably does, and then we have like a little like locker area where they can put some of their things, I don't know, like rain gear or whatever. And then the bathroom does not have any bathing in there. It's just like a bathroom to go pee. And I did build like a shower room. What is that called? I don't remember what we called it, but it's just like a big bathhouse. Yeah, I did end up building like, I guess like a bathhouse, but it's showers anyway. Because that's how it was when I was in camp, was we had all the cabins kind of like in a semicircle around like this middle part, and then in the middle was like these concrete bathhouses that you would have to go to if you wanted to take a shower. Except for at the camp, like they also had other types of like cabins that weren't cabins, actually. They were like bunkhouses, I think is what we called them. Those did have showers, but those were like the older kids. So, and then I just kind of like duplicated it a couple times. You can only have 8 campers at once, so the idea is kind of that like we have 4 campers per cabin, one counselor per cabin, and then the last bunkhouse, or the last cabin, is kind of for the camp director and the chef, because that's what I did. I did a camp director and a chef. Which I did have like kind of a playthrough. Not really, I just like very briefly tested a little bit of it. And they're supposed to go to breakfast at 6, but the kids were like all over the place. And yeah, I don't know, they were supposed to go to breakfast at 6, but they were all over the place, and like the adults were trying to make breakfast, but it was just taking too long. So I don't know, it was like 9 o'clock and they still hadn't eaten. So I'm gonna have to maybe mess with that a little bit and see how we can do that. But here's what I was talking about, like the shower. Yeah, I really wanted these like curtains. I wanted the curtains to work so bad, and it just took forever to get those to finally work. I didn't do any of this really too clutter heavy, to be honest, because I knew I was going to put this on the gallery, and I wanted it to kind of be open to if anybody wants to add their own clutter in. And I also kind of feel like this is one of those things that, like, once you start playing with the pack, you kind of understand what types of clutter would naturally accumulate in certain places, and like what works, what doesn't work. And I haven't had a chance to actually play through it. Plus, like, I feel like these types of like bathhouses, like, they're very like empty, you know, like it's just like a concrete, like I left the concrete floors, like it's just like, that is very boring. So that's how we left it. I did have the unfortunate realization that, like, I was trying to figure out, it's not going to have windows, obviously, because there's children showering in there. So then I was like, well, I'm gonna have to cover up this outside and make it like, we're gonna have to do some heavy landscaping or something. And if you feel like the landscaping is lacking at any point, don't worry, I go back and fill in the landscaping everywhere at the end. But I will need to play test this before I upload it to the gallery. By the time you're seeing this, I will have already done that, but as of right now, while I'm recording this, I have not play tested it, so I don't really know. Later I add in a treehouse, and I think the tree houses are kind of bugged. I don't know. I do have mods, so I'm going to try and take my mods out and see if that's causing an issue with the treehouse or what's going on with that. But yeah, the treehouse just like wasn't working, so I'm gonna have to go in and try to fix that, because I had to have a sim come in to actually build the treehouse. But yeah, and I did check, kids can play basketball, which is something that I don't think I've ever had my children's sims do before. But yeah, okay, so we're almost approaching where I finally turned off the horrible music, so I'm going to leave you here in a moment to just listen to the rest of it. But yeah, this is my first taste of the Adventure Awaits pack, and I will be making many more videos because I am so excited about this pack. So anyway, here I am using it to its full potential, at least I'm hoping I am. And I'm really enjoying, like, I'm so excited to get to like actually dive in and play with this. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later.